Hi everyone, it's Simon Keeling here at weatherweb.net. Thanks again for watching on Monday the 16th of December. And we're getting closer and closer to the big day now. 9 days to go, and this is the 7 to 10 day mean of the 500 millibar flow. We've got the ECMWF on the left here, the GFS on the right. The regular viewers amongst you will know what this is showing. It's basically showing the anomalies from the normal heights at 500 millibars for the next 7 to 10 days, running from next Monday through to Boxing Day, through to Thursday the 26th. And it's good to get a comparison between both models, and remarkable agreement between both models actually on this one. Look at that jet stream hoofing it across the Atlantic on both the ECMWF and on the GFS, screaming through the British Isles, which basically just says, look folks, it's going to be stormy, and we're going to be seeing some rain, we're going to be seeing some strong winds as well. The cold air really is just trapped up towards the north here, and no sign at the moment of it breaking through, although I'll show you some temperature charts in a moment, which are quite interesting. But as I say, stormy week ahead. It's going to be Wednesday we're focusing on for gusts of perhaps above 70 or even 80 miles an hour across western coasts. Lighter winds towards the east, just gusting up to 50 miles an hour there. I think Friday, one to question mark over. It looked as if it was going to be the strongest winds, but the latest run from the GFS trying to tone them down a little bit, and other models trying to ease back a little bit on Friday's winds, but I'm not convinced, so we need to watch that one too. And then into next week, well, windy as well. This is the ECMWF for Christmas Eve into Christmas morning, and notice there, look, that deep low that's there towards the west of Scotland. What's that giving us? 952, 948, 944, 940, about 936 millibars. If that came true, that's an exceptionally deep low to be that close to the British Isles. It's not unusual to get 936 in the Atlantic at this time of year, but to be that close to the British Isles, unusual. Well, it's sort of once every 5 years or so, I would guesstimate that. That's when we see that. But really strong winds coming through the country. The ensemble can't pick out so much detail because it's smooth several runs, but essentially what to pick out from this is that the GFS is the jet stream is still there, screaming through the country, bringing the potential for very strong winds. The Canadian, not so stormy. What that is trying to do is to build a ridge more out towards the east. Now, this one can't quite see, but we need to watch the Canadian. Occasionally it can spring a surprise. It's building that ridge out towards the east. I can see the reasoning for it, but I've got to be honest, that jet across the Atlantic looks too strong to allow this to happen. And the GFS ensemble, look, just coming in from the west. We've got low pressure up towards the north and the northwest. Isobars close together, strong winds, jet stream over the top of us. So it says, hey, it's going to be windy right through Christmas. And the GFS operational looking like this from this morning. This is the chart for Christmas Day, and it clears out the really strong winds off towards the east during the course of Christmas Day and leaves us with this west to southwesterly flow. Wouldn't be particularly mild. We're probably looking about 6s in the south, around 4 across Scotland, bit of snow across the hills of Scotland, but generally we're looking at sunshine and showers, some rain across the east and the south. Of course, a long way to go, and trying to pin down the details pretty tricky. What is interesting from this run of the GFS though is that there, look, you see the ridge out towards the east, which is what of course the GEM was doing, the Canadian as well. So we've just got to watch this one. And the CFS is also trying to hint at a change taking place. Now, I think it's probably going to stay unsettled through into the beginning of the new year, but a big temperature decrease, look, showing on the CFS here from around about the 6th of January. I'm wondering if it's more around the 10th to the 15th that we see a temperature drop, but this would make sense that we'd see these really strong winds in for several weeks and the relatively mild temperatures here, but then we see this drop-off taking place. As I say, I think it's more around the 10th, 15th, that sort of period that we see a cooling down taking place. But you see here how temperatures fall off from maximums of sort of 12s over the next few days down to maximums of 1s and 2s. That's not exceptionally cold, it's just normal winter cold weather. But interesting that the signs are there from the CFS. It's trying to do this. And why is it? Well, if we look at the weekly charts from the CFS, you see here week 1, jet stream screaming through us as we've just seen. That's what brings the really unsettled weather through the country. And then if we just scan down here and take a look at week 2, look, jet stream is there again, taking us up to the end of the year. The area of low pressure sinks its way a little bit further south. But then weeks 3, which is from the 30th through to the 5th of January, look, here's our low centre of heights up towards the north. Building ridge here, and a building ridge out towards the east. So effectively what it does is it's trying to cut off this low. And then into week 4, it has cut off the low. It's sent it down into central parts of Europe here. It then builds high pressure out towards the east and out towards the west. And it tries to bring in more of a northeasterly flow, which would be cooler and present the possibility of some wintry conditions. I'm not going to say widespread snow, but the possibility of some wintry conditions into that middle part of January. Well, I suppose you would call it the 2nd, 3rd of January. Now, CFS is the CFS. It does jump around all over the place, but at times it makes logical decisions, and this seems to be logical. It seems to be a progression that the weather could take, so there may be some hints of some cold weather coming through. Of course, we'll watch that over the coming days, keep you updated, and we'll look for signs of that as well, building through the numerical models over the coming days. But for now, thanks for watching weatherweb.net. Please do tell your friends about us. The more visitors we get to the site, that means the more people using the site, and it means it generates more revenue, which means that we're kept free of charge. So, once again, thanks for watching, and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.